This is Cody, Cody's Bait and Tackle, Warsaw, Missouri. Going to give a little bit of a walkthrough of the shop here. Talk about what we've got, what we're getting in. We sold down for winter. We've got a lot of empty holes. All that stuff's coming back in here pretty soon. Probably in the next 2-3 weeks. We should have everything stocked back up. Really good inventory back in here. I'm going to flip this camera around here and do a walkthrough. Talk a little bit about what's right now. We do still have some frozen shad, little and big. Not a lot. Got a few. Reels we're good on. Few shad nets left in, and I've got other shad nets. We've got the braided line back there. We've got the Seagar fluorocarbon, which I swear by. If you're walleye fishing right now, that fluorocarbon's a must. Crappie in the real clear water, it's a must. Bass, hybrids, all that. We've got the fire line. A lot of guys like using that down below the dam. It's real sensitive. Zoom back out here. We've got a few snagging hooks in. We've got some of these new fancy meat hunter rods. Bright colors. We've got a bunch of my Edgar rods. We do have a bunch of the Daiwa boat rods. Everybody's been wanting to know what to use for trolling for spoonbill. It's these guys right here, y'all. Them cheaper Daiwa boat rods do everything you need. We've got meat hunters in. Still got a bunch of grizzly coolers in. Aerators, fishing line, you know, just about anything you could think of. We have these right here. I got these in for some of the guys jigging for walleye. They should work really good for that. I tried some in the dead water, caught nothing but crappie and white bass on them. I didn't pick up any walleye, but they was catching fish pretty regular. Slime line, I've got it in several sizes. Pin fathom line counters, non-line counters, bulk jig heads, drift corks for catfishing, fluger reels. Googan baits we're going to expand, I think. I think we're going to get in some new colors on them. Waiting, probably going to do away with a couple of these colors we had that didn't move too good. These little Z-Man, they did all right last year. They caught fish good. Just something new people wasn't buying a whole lot of, but they did catch a lot of fish. They're real good looking little baits. If them crappie are wanting small stuff, they work really good. The Spike It, all the walleye guys use the heck out of it down below the dam. White bass, all that. Crappie magnets. This is one people don't ever talk about. They have got some really, really good looking baits. These are like the slider. They got a little bit longer tail. They've got the split tail one, which I've got more of them. I'll show here in a minute. They do real good. We've got to do a bunch of rearranging, try to figure out how we're going to make all of our new stuff fit in. Crappie tubes were good on. Lead were really good on. Just another crappie bait company. I think he's working on us an order right now to get all this filled back in. Them have been some of our more popular jigs right now. A lot of people talking them up on Facebook. They've been doing really good. Brush Pile will probably end up clearancing some of these tubes out and getting in some more of their Stinger style. Them sold really good. The tubes didn't do too hot, but they did catch fish, you know. All your tube jigs always work, you know. Bobby Garlands, we've got lots of these coming in the next couple of weeks. We've already got a bunch of them filled back in. There's more of them crappie magnets right there. We've got pretty good supply of them right now. Got a few life jackets in, kids' life jackets and stuff still. Crappie slammers, them really took off last year, sold really good, several different styles of baits. Muddy Waters did good. We're just now ordering back up on jig heads, and we're waiting on them orders to come in. Hair jigs, I've got several different types of hair jigs coming in this year. So all them live scope guys that went back to that, I will have a really good supply. Slab busters, I think Jessica might have got them ordered today. If not today, it'll be first thing tomorrow. Them always do really good. Michael Harms Lures, he's coming in Friday, I think, to restock this, get out his new line of bait. kind of rotate out some merchandise. So that'll be cool to see what he's got coming in for us. Mr. Crappie, Slabalicious, we're out of a few of them, are on order. Them should be in the next couple of weeks. Charlie Brewer, we've already had a bunch of them come in. They're stocked up really well. This is what most of the walleye guys are using right now, is this 3-inch Charlie Brewer. A lot of them are using the dark colors right now with the real clear water. Everybody wants to know what jig head to use on these. Last year I got a bunch of the guys using these muddy water jig heads. They fit perfect in them. They've got the long hook. They do really good for them walleye. They are catching quite a few walleye down below the dam early of a morning and late of an evening after the sun goes down. I've only heard of a few during the morning. Most of them are evening time. Just jigging them sliders and like these Gene LaRue's, just working them back really slow. Them do really good too. Just your long skinny profile swim baits have been doing really good. Bonehead we've got a ton of. Them sell really good. Them have been a big hitter the last couple of years in here. Bass stuff, crankbaits we're real stocked up on. Got a few empty holes, not many. HD lures, we'll probably bring these back in this year. We ordered a bunch of them 2 years ago. Just now starting to run out of some of them this winter. So them did pretty good. Guggen baits will probably expand this year. Them have sold really good. I kind of waiting to see if they come out with anything new. Of course, all the bass plastics. We got a few empty holes, not many. That stuff don't move much this time of year. Everybody's crappie fishing and walleye fishing right now. Catfishing's pretty well on fire right now. Crappie are on fire in the creeks. Lake of the Ozarks and Truman, Bluffs and creeks are both holding fish. Whichever way you want to catch them. If you want to catch them deep right now jigging or rigging minnows or just dropping minnows down, you can. If you want to catch them shallow, 1 foot to 5 foot deep in the creeks, it can be done right now. Bottom end of Lake of the Ozarks, they're catching them on jerk baits. You know, just you can catch them whichever way you want right now other than pulling crankbaits. That will be April and May before that really takes off. But speaking of that, we have got a ton of the flicker shad already in this year. Spros, that's a big walleye one up on Truman. A lot of guys troll them spros for walleye. Bandits, a lot of guys troll them for crappie and walleye, white bass, everything. Banks we ran out of last fall, didn't reorder. We'll have all them back in here pretty soon. Kitex, pro swimmers, same thing as a Kitech. I think they're actually a little bit tougher plastic though. So some guys like the tougher plastic, some like the softer plastic, says it gives more action. I don't know, we carry both of them sell good. Flutter spoons, you know, these are real big on Lake of the Ozarks for catching largemouth. Well, some guys was catching hybrids on them this year up on Truman. So I got in a really good selection of them, and I'm way cheaper than most places on them because it's kind of a specialty item. Rod holders. We do have some 1/2-inch Driftmaster rod holders for all the guys wanting to get set up right now for trolling spoonbill. Coming up here in about a month. We do have a bunch of Dipsy divers in. We still got them by the box. They're just up here on the top shelf. Haven't got the cases of them out yet. I will have the spoony divers back in. Jig heads, we've got a ton of jig heads coming in. We've got a bunch of juniors jigs. Still got some of Eric Massey's jigs in. Pretty well, we're going to have all kinds of stuff in this spring, you guys. We're pretty well stocked up now, but we're probably going to have double this within a month and a half. We'll have twice as much stuff crammed into this little bitty room. So it should be pretty interesting this year. Hopefully we have a good year. Hopefully we see a lot of you guys. That's about all I've got for you. I appreciate it. White bass down below the dam. They're just now starting off the rocks a little bit. Hearing of a few being caught. Few crappie being caught. Most of the crappie are in the dead old channel down there. Or you can go further downriver, get out of the current. Any of them a little bit deeper creeks are holding fish right now. The shallow water catfish bite is just now turning on the last 4 or 5 days. I anchored up in some current kind of on the main lake today. I was setting in probably 2.5, 3 foot of water, and we would go to crank down on the catfish and they was coming all the way up out of the water sometimes. Some of the catfish we was catching wasn't in a foot of water, and very aggressive bites. I mean, just burying the rods, hooking themselves. We fished about an hour and a half, had 2 limits of good eaters. Yesterday, it took a little bit longer for them to turn on. The water cooled off quite a bit yesterday morning. Once that sun got up good, they turned on and they was pretty well on fire. Trying to think, I think that's about it. I haven't heard any bass reports at all. Just white bass, crappie, walleye, and catfish. That's about all that's going on right now. I appreciate it, y'all. I'll try to keep y'all updated as the patterns change here in the next month or two. And I'll do updates as some of our newer products come in. We will get them updated on here. We do have a website up and running now for the bait shop. I think it's got a rental cabins on it and a guide service, so that's pretty cool. Y'all can kind of look and see what we got going on there too. It probably won't be updated a whole lot just because I do the YouTube thing. It gets more views than anything right now. I think YouTube even gets more views than my Facebook does. So I really appreciate it, y'all, for subscribing, following my channel. We really appreciate it. Sharing videos and stuff. It's really helped us out in this bait shop. I appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one and good luck fishing this spring.